Hi yogis, welcome to Yoga Sculpt. We'll use the resistance band and also a loop. So the band that I'm working with today doesn't have to be super long. It should probably be about as long as your height. Mine is a little longer, so I'll just have extra band that I'll be holding on to. And then also a resistance loop, and as always I am working with the fabric loops. These are my favorite. You can also work with the latex loop, that will work fine, but the fabric loops we're going to use them around the legs, and they just tend to stick around the legs a little bit better than the latex ones do. So we will get started just using the band. So we will, for our warm-up, so we'll just hold on to the ends of the band. I've got a longer band, so I'm going to just get a nice fistful of it. And then you wrap it around your hands. We're going to be in a downward dog in a few minutes, so just as you wrap it around the hands, your fingers should still be able to spread wide, and it's because the band is just wrapped around your knuckles. Okay? And then we'll get started here. So standing at the top of your space, let's reach your arms up overhead. I'll mirror you here for this first sequence. Let's side bend over to the right. Inhale back up through center and exhale over to the left. And we'll move this around a couple more times up through the right, up inhale, exhale down to the right. Pulling out on the band a little bit to get a little bit of weight. Inhale up. And then just bringing your elbow down as you pull that on the band. Get a little more stretch through the shoulder. Reach up through the arms, inhale. And then step your left foot out to the side. Circle your arms to the left and up to the right. And then reach back up, step in, step out to the right, circle your arms to the right, bend the right knee and reach your arms left. So got that? Inhale, come up. Step left, bend the left knee, take your arms at a diagonal to the right. Inhale, come up. Right foot steps out, bend the right knee, side bend. Do one more time. Step in, inhale, circle your arms left, step out to the left, bend the knee, take your arms right. Inhale, come up. Step out to the right, bending the knee, weight in the heel, arms reach to the left, and then reach up, inhale, and lower the arms down. You're going to give yourself a little more space between the hands so the strap or the band can come all the way up and behind you, just stretching out through the shoulders. And then inhale, reach back up and bring it back around. Okay, one more time. Reach up, inhale. Actually, let's lift up the heels so you're balancing on the balls of the feet. Pull out on the band, pull out on the band, pull out. And then lower the heels and take the band all the way behind you. Try to keep the arms straight if you can. And then reach back up through the arms and lift your heels. So balancing here on the balls of your feet. Keep the shoulders down. Keep pulling out on the band. And then lower your heels and lower the arms. Now I'm going to step to the top of my mat here. We'll move through a variation of sun salutation with the band. So let's keep a little bit of space between your hands here, because we will be in a downward dog, and I'll have you work with the band in downward dog. So let's reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, take your hands forward and down to your forward fold, Uttanasana, and you can just let your knuckles be on the floor. You shouldn't need to hold to grip the band really tightly because it is wrapped around your hands. And then let's bend the knees and reach the spine forward. Place your hands flat and step back to down dog. There should be a bit of slack in the band. I'm going to have you come to a downward dog twist here in just a moment using the band. So this is why I wanted a little more space between the hands. Now let's take the feet wide to the edges of the mat. Hold the band a little more tightly in your left hand, and then bring it under your body towards your right shin. And you're getting a lot of resistance going, a lot of stretch going on that band to work through the obliques, through the waistline here. So pushing into the right hand still, and reaching your left hand, maybe tapping the shin with the knuckles of the left hand. Get a good stretch on the band, and then bring the hand back. The left hand comes back to where it was, downward dog. And then do that same thing on the other side. So just pull out on the band, get a lot of resistance going here. You might even want to wrap it around the hand if you want more resistance. Give it one more wrap around the right hand. So So you can pull even more, and you'll feel that more. It's in the lats and also into the obliques on the right side. And then replace your right hand, downward dog. Lower your knees down to the floor. Rise up to high kneeling. Reach your arms up overhead. Pull the elbows back. Pull the band back behind your head. Lift up through your heart, coming into a camel pose variation. And then reach your arms back up. Inhale. And place your hands back on the floor to downward facing dog. Exhale. Try to spread your fingers as much as you can, so you get a lot of surface space in your hands. And then look forward and walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. Lengthen halfway, bend your knees. Exhale and forward fold, Uttanasana. Push down into the feet and rise up to stand. Reach up with the arms and with the band. Pull back on the band, bend your elbows, pull it back behind you, lift your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up, your thighs are firm. Exhale, band comes right in front of you. Okay, so now we're going to grab the loop and place it just around your thighs, just above your knees. You can adjust the band in your hands if you need to. I'm going to readjust the band so it's really wrapped around the knuckles. My fingers are free. And also this helps to minimize tension from gripping the band really tightly throughout the whole class. So let's come into a horse pose. I'll face you at first, and then I'll probably turn and face the front of my mat in a moment. So horse pose, we have the knees turned out and the toes turned out. And these fabric bands that I work with are pretty tough. They're pretty hard to stretch. So you might be able to sink a little bit lower in your legs than me. Take your arms forward. And then we're just going to do little pulses. So just pulsing the knees out, the legs out into the loop, and pulsing your arms, your hands out into the band. So little pulses, forward, down, forward, up. And just make sure that your knees aren't traveling inwards. They're still widening apart. And do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Straighten your arms, and your legs. Bring your legs in a little bit closer. So now for this one, actually, let's come back into a horse pose. Sorry about that. So knees come back out wide. Now, I want you to pretend that you've got a giant steering wheel, like a big ship wheel, and you're just turning it from side to side. So a little bit of pulse going on in your knees and keeping some resistance in the band. So if you need to, loop it around one hand a little bit more. So you get a lot of resistance. Keeping your arms straight, just make little semicircles with both arms. So we're going to add on to this. So for now, we're just in a horse pose and we're just pulsing out, the knees out into the loop. Now next time your right arm is up here, you're going to take your right knee in and pull the elbow towards the knee. I know this is a lot of balance, so pull it in. Place the foot down and then switch to the left arm is up. Pull the elbow in towards the knee. Place the foot back down. Switch, right arm up. Elbow in towards the knee. I'm having a harder time balancing on this foot. Right arm up, left arm up, and then elbow in. Start with the left hand up, and then the right hand up. Pull it in. Now we got a rhythm here, right? So right arm up, pull the left leg in. Left arm up, pull the right leg in. Let's do a couple more. Right arm up, left elbow, left arm up, right elbow to knee, and place it down. Okay. Now, place the loop around your feet. We're going to pretend that we're going to come in and out of a tree pose. Remember tree pose in yoga, which is this, the knee is turned out to the side, and we're balancing on one foot. Well, in this position, I have my foot pointed to get it against the leg, but we can't point the foot because then the loop will fall right off. So we're going to keep the feet flexed. Take your arms up overhead. And the idea is that we try to slide the heel. It's not quite against the inner leg, it's a few inches away, but you're lifting the right knee up and out to the side by pulling up on the loop, and then place it down, and do that again. So arms reach up, pull the band back behind you as the left knee comes out to the side, the foot is flexed, and then foot down, arms up. So you transfer the weight to the left foot, flex the right foot, pull the knee up and out to the side as the band comes behind you, reach the arms up, and to the other side. This should be a lot of work for the hip flexor and the thigh. So you turn the leg out, lift up through the foot and the knee is out to the side, band comes behind you, reach up, and one more to the left. So pulling back on the band in your hands, lift the knee out to the side and place it down and lower the arms down. Roll through the shoulders. You can loosen the band a little bit and just get a little bit of a circular motion going here. Circling your upper body around, just a little bit of resistance in the band. We're just trying to create a little bit of ease here in between the work. Circle yourself around the other way. And one more time around. Just trying to stretch through the shoulders. All right. Now the loop goes back above the knees. You can do this whole thing, by the way, without the loop, but get a little bit of extra lower body work with it, so why not? So this time I'm going to face the front of the mat, and you stay facing the same way you are. I'll run out of space if I still face you for this one. So we're going to take the band up overhead. I'll just angle myself slightly. And then you bend the right knee out to the side and bring the elbow in towards the knee, a little kind of a crunch on the right side here. And then as the band comes up, arms reach up, take the right leg around behind you at a diagonal, come into a curtsy lunge. We'll do this first one really slow. And then bring the right knee back forward and around and step it back to a lunge. Bring the band down in front of you. You can even bring the knee down if that's okay, if that works for you. And then come back up, bring the knee up, take the arms up. So you're pressing the knee up into the loop, and then take the leg back into Warrior 3. Place the band right across the front of your hips. And as you push their back leg up into the loop, you're pressing your arms up towards the ceiling. Arms are straight. And then come back and around. All right, ready? Other side. So arms reach up overhead. Bring the left elbow in towards the knee. It's a big side bend. You're shortening the left side waist. And then as the arms come up, the left leg comes around behind you into a curtsy lunge. You side bend to the right as you bend your knees. Inhale, arms come up, swing your leg forward, and then step the foot back to a lunge. Try to lower the knee down. The arms come down by the hips. And then reach the arms up, and then pick the knee up, push up into the band with your leg. Arms reach up overhead. Actually bend the elbows, pull the band back. And then reach the arms up and take your left leg back into Warrior 3. Bring the band in front of your hips, and as arms are straight, you're pulling up on the band with your hands. And then come up. Now if the loop around your legs has slid up, adjust it. We'll do that sequence again. So here we go. Start facing forward, arms reach up, bend the right knee out to the side, try to pull the elbow down towards the thigh. Inhale, reach your arms up and wrap the right leg around behind you, come into a side bend to the left. Come back forward with the knee, take it up, knee comes up, arms reach up, and then step the right foot back to a lunge. Maybe lower the back knee, arms reach up. Exhale, take the knee forward. And then exhale, send your right leg back, Warrior 3. Push the band against your hip bones and pull up on the band with your hands. Your arms are straight. Come back up and place the foot down. Last time to the left. Arms come up overhead. Take your left knee out to the left. Pull your elbow down towards the thigh. Inhale, arms up, and take the left leg around behind you to a curtsy lunge. Side bend to the right as you bend your knees. Inhale, come up and around with your right leg. Exhale, step it back to a lunge. Maybe drop the knee down, arms down by your hips. Inhale, reach up through the arms as the knee comes up. Exhale, the left leg comes back to Warrior 3. Band is right against your hip bones. Pull back on the band. and come on up, inhale. Okay, so now lower the band down to the feet, and we're actually going to step on the band. So let's place the short end, the right side of the band is down on the floor, just the very tail end of the right side of the band, and you step on it with your feet, and step on the loop as well. I know this is a little awkward. This is going to be some hamstring work. And then you have the long end of the tail in your right hand, and you're going to wrap it around your hand so you get a lot of resistance here. So here's the sequence. We're going to be working on left hamstrings and right arm. So the first one is biceps on the right arm and hamstrings on the left leg. So you're stepping on the right foot, and you bend the right knee, and you push it back into the loop, and at the same time you're doing a bicep curl. Now I told you I've got a very stiff loop, so I can barely move my back leg. So I'm really pushing, I'm bending the knee, and I'm trying to push back into the loop with my foot as I do a bicep curl with the right arm. And this is a great deal of effort, but it doesn't look like it because my foot is hardly moving. And then place it down. Now we're going to try to send the leg straight back and the arm straight forward. So I'm actually going to get my heel into the loop, and it's not out to the side, it's just straight back. So left leg straight back, right arm forward. You can bring the hand on the hip if you want. Pretend like you're trying to come into a warrior 3, but because this loop around the feet is keeping you from going very far, so it's really just sort of a valiant effort to come into a warrior 3. And one more. Let's transfer this band over to the other side. Oops. So get the short end of the band, the left side of the band down. I'm going to bring it into my left hand. So you're standing, I'll come at a little bit of an angle here. I'm standing both of my feet onto the short end of the band on the left side, and it's in my left hand. And I'm going to wrap it around my left hand and get a lot of resistance because we are going to do some bicep curls. So give yourself some resistance here so you get some work. And the first one is going to be bent knee, bent elbow. Bent knee on the right, bent elbow on the left. So I get my heel right into the loop, and then I just start to bend this right knee as I bend the left elbow. So I want the right kneecap pointing down. And I'm just doing my best to pick the shin up and by bending the knee. Not moving the thigh at all. Just pushing back and trying to bend the knee as I do my bicep curls. So you have your elbow in close. If your elbow comes back, it's going to make this easier. Keep the elbow in close towards the waist. Let's do one more. And then straight arm, straight leg. So reposition the loop if it got away from the heel. You want it right under the right heel. And then you push the leg. Almost lost my balance there. Push the leg straight back and the arms straight forward. Straight back as best you can. Might be nice if you had a slightly easier resistance loop here. Even though your legs are strong, they're large muscle groups. But this loop that I'm working with, hopefully you can tell, is really, really tough. Let's do one more. Okay, that's good. And then you'll step off of the band. Okay, now we're going to lose the loop. Thank goodness, because last one was tough. And we're going to have the band at the end of the mat, and we're going to step on it. So I'm going to step on it with my right foot and have the heel on the band. No, have the ball of the foot on the band. We're going to step the ball of the foot down onto the band and step the left foot forward. Now we're going to do some tricep work here. So you can wrap the band around your right hand, take the elbow up, and we're just going to straighten the arm up and bend the elbow. And if you're not feeling much, wrap it around your hand again. Get more resistance going. Straighten the arm up, bend the elbow. Now start to lean forward. Bend here, straighten, lean the spine upright. straighten, bend, straighten, bend, lean forward, straighten your arm forward, bend. Keep that upper arm right along the side of your face. Straighten, bend, come back upright. Straighten, bend, keep the elbow pointing forward, straighten, bend, lean forward, straighten the arm. It's a little bit tougher when you lean forward because there's more resistance. Straighten, bend, come upright, last one, straighten the arm, bend, keep that upper arm right alongside your cheek, and last time forward. Straighten the arm, bend it, straighten, and bend. Come on up. Okay, actually, let's keep the back foot on the band, and just turn and face the right side of the mat. So I'm going to have my back to you here. And get some resistance going in this band around the right hand. We're going to cross this right hand over towards the left foot. So lift up tall through the spine, try to make your arms even, and then exhale, keep your legs straight, keep your arms straight, take your right hand down towards the left foot. You can bend the front knee if you need to, the left knee. Inhale, come up, keep twisting to the right. Come back through center, inhale, twist, right hand towards left foot. Can you keep your arms straight? Come up, right, inhale, twist to the right. Come back through center, inhale, twist right hand to left foot, pull out on the band, inhale up, exhale, twist right, one more time, inhale through center, exhale, right hand to left foot, inhale, come up, exhale, twist right. All right, and then we'll release that, and we'll bring it to the other side. So I'm going to place the loop in my left hand. I'm going to step the ball of my left foot onto the short end of the band, and I'm going to wrap it around my left hand. So around the knuckles, really. I don't want my hand to be really tense by gripping the band really tightly, which is why I like to wrap it around the knuckles. And then the right leg comes forward. So we want the ball of the foot down on the band, because if the heel is on it, the band will just slip right out from under us. So push the ball of the foot down, get into your crescent lunge facing forward, and take the left arm up. So we want this elbow tip. If you bend the elbow tip is going to point forward, and keep the upper arm back close to the side of your face. And let's reach the arm up, inhale, and bend the elbow. Reach up, bend the elbow, lean forward. Straighten the arm, bend the elbow. Straighten and bend. Come back upright. Straighten the arm up, bend the elbow. The arm comes back, the forearm comes back as you bend. Straighten, bend the elbow, lean forward, straighten, and bend. You're really struggling to keep that arm right alongside the face. Come back up, inhale, straighten. Let's do one more after this. Bend, straighten, bend, lean forward, straighten the arm, bend the elbow, straighten the arm, and bend the elbow. Come up. This is the last one. Straighten and bend. Make sure the arm isn't going forward. Go straight up and bend, and then lean forward and straighten the arm forward and bend. Spine is long and bend. Come on up. All right. Now we place the whole foot, left foot, down on the band. We're going to choke this up a little bit, so just wrap it around my left hand a little bit more so there's even more resistance. Feet are wide and the inner edges of the feet are parallel. Let's reach up, inhale, exhale, twist. Left hand towards right foot. You can bend the right knee if you need to. Come on up, inhale, keep twisting to the left, exhale. Inhale back through center, exhale, twist, left hand towards right foot. Inhale, come up, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, come down, left hand to right foot. Inhale up, exhale, twist. One more, back through center, inhale, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up, exhale, twist, back through center. Okay, that one really got into the shoulder there. I don't know about you. So we're going to come down onto one hip, and we're going to place the band around the top foot. So if I'm on my left hip, I've got the band around the right foot, and we're going to do a whole sequence here. So you want to sit right around the middle of your mat. So if you extend your top leg, the foot is still on the mat. And we're going to hold on to the end of the band. I'm going to get myself a lot of resistance here. So wrap it around your right hand, and then you come down. Now, the first one, I'm going to be lifting my top leg with the knee pointed out to the side. So this gets into the outer hip. And I've noticed how I've pinned the band down with my bottom knee. So that way I get even more resistance. This is optional, pinning it down with your bottom knee. It'll just give you a little bit more extra work. So let's go for 4 lifts. You're down on your elbow. 3, knee points out to the side. 2, and 1. And then we come up onto the left hand and the left knee. Hold this band in close towards you and push your leg forward. So as your leg pushes forward, the hand is pushing back, so you keep that resistance. We're doing 4 of these. So 3 and 4. Now, take the right foot to the back of your mat, pin it down. We're going to try to come into a side plank. So keep this right hand on the hip. And then as you come up in a side plank, place your bottom leg into tree. So the foot is at the inner knee, and then point the bottom knee forward, and then point the knee down. Point it forward, point it down, forward, down. Last one, forward and down. Place the bottom knee all the way down, come up right in the spine, and then just side bend over your right leg. This is just to release that. And then come up. And then back down the same way we came in. Left hand down under the shoulder, right hand on the hip. Place your bottom leg in a tree pose, so the sole of the foot at the inner thigh. Point the knee forward, point it down. Forward and down. Forward and down. Last one. And down. Place the knee down. Keep that hand by your hip. Press the leg forward as the arm comes back. And leg back. And 3, leg forward and back. Keep that resistance. And 2, this is more work for the glutes under you. And 1, come all the way down onto the hip. Pin the band down with your bottom knee. Lift up through the top leg. 4, 3, the knee points out to the side. 2, and 1. We're doing that again. Come up into a modified side plank. Leg comes forward and back. Your hand is moving opposite of the leg to keep that resistance, working that arm and actually the glutes under you. Last one. Forward and back. Place the foot down at the back of the mat. Top hand on the hip. Bring your bottom leg into tree. Point the knee forward, point it down. Forward for 3, down. Forward for 2, down. Forward for 1, down. Knee comes all the way down. Come on up, right. Side bend over the right leg. There we go. Inhale, come up. All right. You're going to unwind the band a little bit. Place one end in each hand. And you're going to come onto all 4. So try to keep the band around the right foot. Lower down onto your knees. Pin the band down with your hands. We're going to do some core work from here. So press the right leg back into the band and bring the knee down. Press back for 3. Knee down. Spine is long. Press back for 2. Lower the knee down nice and slow and press back for 1. Lower the knee down. Curl your toes under. We're going to do that again, but this time we're going to try to hover the left knee. So curl your toes under, try to hover both of your knees an inch off the floor. Press the right leg back and in. Back for 3 and in and 2. Back in. Last 1 and in. Lower both of your knees down. One more thing from here. Hold on to the band with your left hand, and we're going to bird dog this out. So right leg, left arm. So really getting some stretch in the band here. Right leg back, left arm forward for 3 and 2 and 1 and take it down. All right, we're gonna do that whole sequence on the other side. So I'm just gonna come over to my other hip and place the band around the left foot or whatever your top foot is. And I'm actually going to get the flat end of the band around the foot so that way it's less likely to come snapping off of my foot. Okay, there we go. It's about in the center of your foot, so you can hold on to the band, and we're going to wrap it around that top hand, so you got a lot of resistance. Let's start all the way down on the elbow and pin the band down with your bottom leg, and then lift and lower your top leg. 3, knee points out to the side, 2, and 1. Come on up into a modified side plank. You got the knee right under the hip. Hold the hand close to the hip, leg forward, arm back, leg back, arm forward, and forward, and 3. You're resisting with the hand, and 1. Place the foot down. Make sure that the right hand is directly under the shoulder, and bring your bottom foot into tree pose, which means the sole of the foot against the inner knee. Point the knee forward for 4, point the knee down, forward for 3, and down, forward for 2, knee down, forward for 1, knee all the way down. Come on upright. Side bend over your left leg. This should feel good because we got one more round of that. Come on up, inhale. Place the hand under the shoulder. Set up for your side plank. So sole of the foot against the inner knee. Point the knee forward for 4, and 3, and 2, and forward for 1. All right. Keep the knee down on the floor under the hip. Send your left leg forward and back. Keep moving your hand in the opposite direction. So it's really working more the arm of your top arm. And 1. And come all the way down to the hip, pinning the band under the knee. Lift for 4, top leg. 3, 2, and 1. Back up. So knee is under you, holding on to the band. Leg is forward and back. Resist with your hand the opposite direction. 3, 2, and 1. This is the tough one. Side plank. Ready? Here we go. Let's just work it out. So leg is in tree. Point it forward for 4 and down. Forward for 3, down. 2, down. 1, down. Knee comes all the way down. Come on up. Inhale up and exhale, side bend. This should feel nice. Come on up. Remember, we got our bird dog pose. Last thing. So hold on to both ends of the band, and you see if you can carefully come down onto all 4s with the band still around your left foot. And you pin the ends of the band down with your hands. We're just going to move the left leg. So press the left leg straight back and bring it in. Exhale for 3. Inhale in. Exhale for 2. And in. And last one. And in. Okay. Now both of the knees hover. Curl the toes under. Hover the knees an inch off the floor. Just 4 of these. So press your left leg back and in. Left leg back for 3. Knee in. 2. This is about twice as hard. And 1. Both knees come down. Now we're going to add the right arm. Last 4. Last little bit here. Ready? Right arm forward, left leg back. And in. And exhale. Reach for 3. And inhale 2. And 2. And 1. That's it. Let's remove the band. And so we did a lot of hamstrings, so let's start off with that. Just take your legs forward. Take the flesh back and away from your sit bones. Reach your arms up, inhale. And exhale, let's lean forward, lengthening out over the legs. If the hands don't touch the feet, that's okay. You can have hands on the floor. Maybe this is what your forward fold looks like. I'll make myself at a little more of an angle here. So for some people, this is their forward fold. Other people can come all the way down to their legs. Wherever you are is completely fine. It doesn't matter how flexible you are. We're all different. Can you keep the spine long? This is more about the back of the legs. Let's do a couple more breaths. And then come on upright. stretch through the front of the shoulders. So hips are down, feet are on the floor, hands just behind you, under the shoulders. And let's angle the hands forward and then slightly out to the side. Push down into the inner edge of your hands and lift up through the spine, lift through the heart. The hips stay down, but you're arching the spine up and away from the floor, and hopefully you're feeling this across the front of your shoulders and collarbones, and even down into the inner edge of the biceps. All right, and then let's come on up, cross your shins, roll forward, come on to all fours, and come into a puppy pose. So reach your arms forward, just another stretch for the shoulders here. Reach your arms forward and your hips are up over your knees, but you're reaching your sit bones back. If you want to, you can rest your forehead down or keep your head hovering off the floor, your choice. But if your head is down, can you keep rotating the inner edge of your armpits up and keep floating your arm bones away from the floor? That's what's going to get into the shoulders. And then lift up your ribs and walk the hands under you and just sit back on your heels and come into a child's pose, just letting the low back lengthen out here. This will be our final pose here in child's pose, so close your eyes. Feel the spine lengthening out and the breath smoothing out. Can you feel the whole inner space of your lungs three-dimensionally? Front, sides, back of your lungs, top and bottom of your lungs. Can you breathe into the side of each rib bone, between each rib bone? We'll do one more breath here. And then walk the hands under your shoulders, press yourself on up to just a seated position. I thank you for joining me for this yoga sculpt with band and loop, and I hope you enjoyed it. Namaste.